And I don't want to tell nobody how to live their life and tell them that they shouldn't go after more. By all means, man, stay where you are if that's what you're comfortable with. There's no tragedy in that. But the tragedy is staying there because you think you have to. Perfection is a disguise for insecurity. I focus more on the marathon than trying to have it all perfect. I'm putting this out because I'm passionate about putting this out. So as you guys could probably see by the title of this video, today I decided to go ahead and make the jump, make the leap. Decided to quit my job today, right? And it's a funny thing. Like when I look back at this time on a historical reference, it might be one of the most foolish things I've ever done. To quit your job in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of so much uncertainty about everything that's going on in the world, not knowing if you'll be able to, find capital or find employment. This, in hindsight, this might be one of the dumbest times to quit your job, but I don't walk by sight. I walk by faith, and that's what characterizes entrepreneurs, right? So I know a lot of my friends kind of discredit me, for having a job in the first place, discredited me as an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Told me that real entrepreneurs just wouldn't work for other people, and I get it, from certain people's perspective, but I think no matter if you work for anybody or if you own your own business, you are still an entrepreneur at the end of the day. Like, you can follow code to keep a job, but everybody knows that there's a real human under the surface who has their own ambitions and wants to do their own thing. So quit my job, man. There's a few reasons that went into why I did it. So the biggest reason is just that my spirit had left. And they say when your spirit leaves, you got to take your body with it. Like waking up in the morning, man, just dreading like the experience that I would have throughout the day, knowing that there was something more fulfilling that I would like to be doing. So you guys have been watching, whoever been keeping up, y'all know I like creating content, and it will really suck while you at work, on the clock, but you have content ideas that you want to execute on. So, I asked myself, like, fuck, what do I do? On one hand, I got bills to pay. I got an overhead that still got to be met. You know what I'm saying? A car note, credit card bills and shit I'm paying back. So that's one hand. On the other hand, I have a skill set that needs to be doctored a little bit. I've been learning how to edit and just get better at just being creative. And I feel like the deeper I dive into that, overall, the better I'll give myself a chance to be successful, moving forward. So, like I said, the biggest reason is just that it wasn't there for me anymore spiritually, and they talk about the path to success being a very uncertain, a very dangerous path, right? Even listening to Joe Rogan, guys like Dave Ramsey, these guys know best. They've been here longer than me. They learn more than me. They're more experienced than me. They have more wisdom than me. So these are the people that I look up to. These are the people that I learn from. And it's literally it always comes back to this rendezvous, right? This roundabout moment. Like, well, shit, it's never going to be easy, so I might as well take that path anyway. You know what I'm saying? So we constantly look for ways to make the process easier for ourselves, the process of getting to where we're trying to go ultimately. And I think that's really what causes a lot of us to become content, with where we are in life and not strive for more. And I don't want to tell nobody how to live their life and tell them that they shouldn't go after more. By all means, man, stay where you are if that's what you're comfortable with. There's no tragedy in that. But the tragedy is staying there because you think you have to, staying with the 99%, staying in poverty. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only tragedy is not knowing that it's possible for you. So me already understanding that I can use my mind to create whatever reality is out there for me. Me understanding that it's like it's too late to go back, right? It's too late for me to not want that for myself, knowing that it's possible. And I don't need all the money in the world. I've already decided that as well, because at first I thought I wanted millions and millions of dollars. But that's not real fulfillment, right? It just sounds good. It sounds good in the moment, right? We think that money is the key to happiness. It's what you can do with money that makes you happy. So But we don't have to worry about that type of stuff, and there's less worry in your mind. Obviously, that's probably the thing that creates the happiness, knowing that the money is there. You don't have to worry about it. That probably is the thing that creates the happiness, the fact that the worry is just out of your head, because it ain't the money itself, right? So I understand that quitting my job in the middle of a pandemic is not the wisest move. But again, for me, it's not about the money. It's about being able to develop my craft as something that I do have a passion for, to give myself a better chance. I don't know why I keep fucking that up, but anyway, y'all get what I'm saying. So like, it's scary out here. You don't know what's next for you, but like I said, the thing I value the most is being able to just tell the story. Tell the story the right way. No matter how it plays out, it's like when you're watching your favorite movie, you don't know, not your favorite movie, but a movie for the first time. Like let's take The Pursuit of Happiness. We didn't know how the movie would ultimately end unless you knew who Chris Gardner was before the movie. I sure as hell didn't. But nobody knew how the movie was going to end. But that's what made it such a thriller. It's like watching him, go through the struggle, go through the grind in order to become who he became. So, I'm not saying I'm going to be Chris Gardner or some millionaire, but I do want to be able to share the journey with, people who are interested in keeping up. More importantly, my grandkids. They really are the ones who I want to be able to see, who I want to be able to see me go through the grind, because a lot of times you get frustrated, not knowing where you come from, not knowing anything about your family and your past and what they had to go through, what they experienced, what you might be predispositioned to be good at, like what your talents are. Maybe your granddad was a good writer. Maybe you got a little bit of that in your genes or something like that. Like, so you just never know, the value of being able to watch your ancestors experience certain things and kind of applying that to your journey and cutting your learning curve. So, but again, man, I'm not, and I don't want to, because, in the past, when I quit my job, it's like people who quit, especially entrepreneurs, they always want to encourage other people to do the same thing, but the circumstances is different for everybody, so I can't tell you. I don't know what your circumstances is. I don't know what your life is. I don't know if going after your dreams would be the best idea or decision for you, but I know the only thing that you do have to master is having a deep level of faith. I often use the quote that wealthy people tend to be more spiritual because they operate with a higher level of faith. It's just no coincidence. So what makes you any different? So quitting your job and going out into the unknown is how you demonstrate the absolute most possible faith. Like I said, I know the thing that most people regret when they get older. If you talk to any other older person that you know, the thing is, they deal with a lot of regret. Regret is the thing that eats them up. And so I don't want to be that person who wish I did something and now it's kind of too late. So I'm so glad that I can make these decisions, and even if I fuck up, that's one thing you gotta let your family know. Hey, I'm gonna fuck up, and I need to know that you right there to support me, so that I don't fuck up tremendously, making sure it's just a short-term fuck up and not a long-term. So, but you need that support from the people who claim that they love you. So if you have any of that in your circle, that's a good thing. But when you out here, you have no choice but to control this, because it's going to get to you. It's going to consume you. It's going to be bad nights where you're really doubtful. But you got to find gratitude, and you got to find hope. You got to turn on YouTube. You got to find your favorite motivational videos, and you have to put them shits in a playlist that you can go to when it's time to go to them, because those nights are coming for you. I understand that. But the only thing I'm just so excited about is what I'm going to learn with this time that I have on my hands, because who knows how long this is going to last, right? Because at the end of the day, money runs out and shit got to get done. But I just want to be able to, take this time to, get better, because every time I've quit my job in the past, it's always been an interesting experience as far as how much I'm able to grow just with the time that I have and less stress on my mind. I could wake up and meditate with a clear head, not worrying about having to deal with mean customers or anything. I can just wake up and execute with a clear mind. It's no better feeling than that. But yeah, I really don't even know where I want to go with this for real. Just wanted to make sure I just share the journey, share my thought process behind the decisions that I'm making on this journey. The plan is to just be more creative with my storytelling, with visuals like this, try to make my podcast a little bit more interesting, and see where it goes, man. But if y'all been watching me, if y'all been keeping up, I just want to say thank y'all. But if you're new to the channel, make sure you drop a like. Go ahead and subscribe so that way you can, keep up with the journey. And I look forward to having y'all around. But thank you so much. I'll catch y'all on the next one.